You said something interesting when you asked about the apostasy law and this and that. You said if someone he believes something is true and then he wants to tell his family. If you realize Islam is the truth, then you would want to tell your family that Islam is the truth because you want good for them in the afterlife. If something is good for them, would devastate them or will make them feel upset, let's just say this, would make them upset and make them like angry, even if it's good for them, then is it good to hide it from them and allow them to die on something which is not true?
No, I don't think they would be angry. I think they would be extremely disappointed and sad, and they would think that I was going to hell.
Yes, that happens with the people who accept Islam, with the reverts, people who accept Islam, converts, etc. When they accept Islam, they come across this experience that you're mentioning. They come across their parents in the beginning, and that's the key point here. In the beginning, being very, not all of them, there are many people who are from, especially as you said, secularism. They don't care why accept this. They don't really care, what religion anyone follows. But there are certain parents who do actually follow the religion, so they would not like that you accepted a different religion. But still, my point stands. It's not about what they think is right or wrong. We're saying if you already now established you accept Islam because you know it's true now. It's not about what anyone thinks. So Islam is the truth, and they will be disappointed by you telling them about the truth. Then is it a better alternative to allow them to die on this belief? Or is the true love is to tell them that which is true even if it will hurt them? True love is to say the truth, even if it goes against you, even if it will hurt someone's feelings. That is the truth. But I would say to you, if you accept Islam, no one will say to you, you have to straight away tell your parents you become a Muslim. You can gradually take your time with it. No, not saying something is not the same as saying the opposite of something. Do you see what I'm saying? If I accept Islam and I practice Islam and then the topic doesn't come up, they don't ask me, they didn't ask me you left Christianity, and then I don't mention it, doesn't mean I'm lying. If they ask you, are you a Muslim, and you say, no, I'm not, then this is lying. I would agree with you. But what I'm saying to you, in the beginning of the journey, what a lot of reverts do, and I see it does work a lot with a lot of them, what they do is that they accept Islam, they keep it to themselves in the beginning. Until they practice Islam a little bit, they get established, they get familiar with the teachings of Islam, they get familiar with the community. Because of their parents ask them questions, they're also able to respond. They're not just new reverts who are not able to engage at all. And then some of them, they do it after 5 years, some of them they do it after 2 years, some of them they do it after 3 years. But in reality, is it true or not true? That's what matters. If something is true, then when I die, my parents will not help me, Rachel. I'm not going to help my parents, and my parents are not going to help. God will say to you, did you know this is the truth? Okay, why you didn't accept the truth then? Do you remember what I was saying to you in the beginning, actually? This comes back to the same point I was mentioning. Humans have a tendency to follow that which they found their forefathers upon.
Yeah.
And you are saying the same thing. You're saying, even if this is true, I'm going to be with my family.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Obviously, I know this is like difficult for you, and obviously it is difficult because, look, I'm not a person who comes from a non-Muslim family, but I know many people who are. So I know it is a difficult thing, but I cannot sugarcoat the truth for you. Yeah. I can say to you that what really matters is the afterlife, not this life.
I know.
And that's why the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, they endured, some of them being murdered, being tortured for 13 years continuously. They endured it because they know even if I die, there's an eternal life that is going to come. What matters is not how people perceive me in this life. What matters is not whether people are pleased with me or not in this life. What matters is what's going to happen to me when I die. Am I going to end up in paradise or am I going to end up in hellfire? That is the only thing that really matters. So what I would advise is this, is if Islam is true, you rely on Allah Azza wa Jal, you rely on the Creator, and you try with your parents. You don't necessarily have to say to them Islam is true. You might try with them, which a lot of people do, is you ask them questions like about Islam here and there, and you try to see their perception. And then if they say something, you say, okay, but I heard this and that, and give answers to these questions. So gradually changing their perception of what Islam is. And many people I know, most of the people I know, once they accept Islam and they tell their parents, in the end, their parents accept Islam.
No,
human beings are rational.
They are never going to.
Yeah, but look, things in life happen step by step. If someone lived all his life upon something, it's not easy for him just to change like this. It takes time. So it took you time to do your research. We're still doing your research. We're still learning. So things take time, especially when people have a lot of misconceptions about a specific faith, like Islam is a very popular misconceptions about Islam in America. So it would make sense. But truth is the truth. And God is the ever-living, the all-powerful, which means he is the one I want on my side, no other human being that I want on my side. The people at the time of Prophet Muhammad, they accepted Islam, their family were not Muslims. Prophet Muhammad himself, when he preached a message, his family was against him. They were the ones trying to kill him. His uncles were the ones trying to kill him because they were upon the religion of their forefathers. His companions, when they accepted Islam, their family was the ones who were against them. They were the ones who were trying to kill them. But again, if you pray to Allah, you pray to the Creator, you pray to God, and you ask God for guidance, and you ask God to settle the truth in your heart, he's able to do it. I cannot do anything except tell you the truth and give you reasons why is the truth. I cannot change the heart of anyone, If I could, I would just change, okay, that's it, done, and then we would not have this conversation, Otherwise, Yes.
I don't know. I continually pray for truth, and that's something I've prayed for a while now, is to just know the truth. I feel like, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like my head is with Islam and my heart is with Christianity. You know what I mean?
I absolutely know what you mean, because I've met so many people like this. Is a common thing. You know, look, the sister Kelly, she was not a Muslim as well. She accepted Islam. One of the mods on the channel here. So there are many people who come to that position that you are talking about. There is no doubt. I completely understand where you come from. But that's it. It will be impossible to live my life knowing that something is true. There's no doubt about it. Now, the heart, do you know who can change the heart?
Allah.
Exactly. Look, what I can say to you is, it is a big jump, but it all depends on this. It is the truth. So I accept it for the sake of God. Think about it. Read the Quran. Take your time. Questions you can ask if you like to ask. But I think you know what is true already. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying to you, and that's why you're thinking about what to do when you accept, because in your mind you've already accepted. From a rational perspective, you are there. I have no doubt in my heart that you are there. So take your time. If you need anything, you've got the email. Contact me in email or social media, etc.